By 7:30 a.m., the entire Cedar Ridge Meadows HOA was trapped behind a locked steel gate, staring at the only plowed road for 10 miles like it was a mirage. SUVs idled in a crooked line, exhaust puffing into the freezing air. At the front of the queue, standing knee-deep in snow with a clipboard and a rapidly unraveling sense of control, was HOA President Linda Prescott.
"This is illegal," she screamed at me.
I was sitting in my orange tractor on the other side of the gate. The road behind me, the one that snaked down to town, was perfectly plowed black asphalt. "You cannot block community access,"
Linda screeched.
"Open this gate." I pulled a folded document from my coat.
"This is the deed, Linda."
"You pay dues for your private little loop. This road? You've been trespassing on it for 6 years." A sheriff's truck crunched up behind the HOA convoy. The deputy stepped out, looked at the snowbound neighbors, the locked gate, and me.
He sighed.
"Morning, Marcus." "Morning, deputy."
Linda spun around. "Arrest him."
"He's refusing to plow, even though we billed him for snow removal." The deputy adjusted his hat. "Ma'am, that is not the HOA's road."
"It's his."
6 years ago, this was just a steep forested hillside. I'm a civil engineer. I spent my 20s designing roads for others, so I decided to build the perfect one for myself. I bought 80 acres, carved a private road up the slope, and built an A-frame at the top. I was a road nerd. I designed switchbacks for minimal erosion and installed culverts correctly. When a developer bought the lower 40 acres for a boutique community, I negotiated. They got an easement to use my road, provided they didn't interfere with my maintenance. The road remained mine.
For years, it was fine.
I plowed it with my tractor. The neighbors brought me banana bread. Then, the HOA elected Linda Prescott. Linda was a former regional manager who believed anything she could see from her porch was hers to regulate. Within 6 months, she'd banned clotheslines and declared war on garden sheds. Then, she saw the snow removal budget line and decided my road was a community asset. She hired an expensive company called Summit Snow Solutions, a $28,000 contract, and sent me a bill for $4,000. I replied with a plat map, highlighting the section that said I retain all rights.
Linda's response?
"The board has voted to classify your road as HOA jurisdiction."
Linda didn't stop.
She installed HOA private road signs on my land. She sent me violations for aesthetically displeasing snow banks. The real punch landed in January. After I'd spent all night plowing the road myself, I found a notice zip-tied to a post. Notice of past due balance, $12,000. She was billing me for 3 months of professional plowing that had never happened.
She called an emergency meeting.
The clubhouse was full of residents in puffy jackets. Linda pointed to a poster board labeled, "Why Marcus is bankrupting US." "Marcus's refusal to pay has left us with a deficit," she announced. "We will begin lien proceedings."
I stood up.
"Neither is fraud, Linda, but here we are." I unfurled a giant, full-color plat map. "The HOA does not own this road. You have an easement, contingent on not interfering with my maintenance. You hired a company to plow a road you don't own, then tried to bill me for it. That's just extortion with stationery." I had a surprise guest, Tom from the county engineer's office. He stepped up and tapped the map.
"He's right.
"And Linda, if you keep sending fake lien notices, the county attorney is going to get real interested."
Linda didn't back down.
She threatened to restrict my plowing until I reached an agreement.
So, I checked the easement.
It had a clause, revocable for non-compliance and abuse. 2 weeks later, the storm of the decade hit. A foot of snow fell by 6 a.m. I checked my email. Linda had sent a cease and desist, ordering me to stop plowing my own road.
I smiled.
I hit send on an email I drafted with my lawyer. Subject: Notice of easement suspension. Due to ongoing harassment and unauthorized contracting, I was suspending all non-emergency vehicular access across my property. I'd coordinated with the fire chief. I'd keep one lane open for emergency vehicles only.
Everyone else?
They could use the old, icy gravel fire road to the east. By 7 a.m., I had plowed my side clean and locked a brand new sturdy steel gate at the property line. By 9 a.m., the HOA side was a tangle of spinning wheels and SUVs stuck in the powder. That's when the deputy arrived, and Linda started screaming about kidnapping. "You have another legal access," the deputy told her. "That gravel fire road you told people not to use because it looks low income. That one's public. Better call your plow company." The HOA booked the community center for the fallout. The county attorney, a woman named Pearson, didn't hold back. She projected the fake lien notices on a giant screen. "These are extremely not okay," she said. "We've opened an investigation into mail fraud and misrepresentation." I stood up and showed a simple table: what you were told versus what's true. The neighbors realized the truth. I had been plowing the road for free for years, while Linda was trying to sue me for the privilege. The mood shifted instantly. The annoyance at being stuck in the snow pivoted toward the front table.
"Linda, you told me he was extorting us," a woman yelled.
Pearson added the final blow: the plow company is now suing for breach of contract. Since the HOA didn't have authority over the road, they're going after the individuals who signed the agreement. That means you, Linda. The vote was unanimous. Linda was removed from the board and permanently banned from leadership. The aftermath was a slow-motion wreck for Linda. The county fines for fraudulent documents, $15,000. The plow company settlement, $42,000. The HOA's legal fees for the investigation, $30,000. Because she had committed intentional fraudulent acts, the HOA insurance refused to cover her. Linda was personally liable for every cent. A year later, a for sale sign appeared on her mountain retreat. I was out on my tractor, plowing the switchbacks, when I saw her standing in her driveway staring at a stack of legal papers. $90,000, she whispered. "This cannot be happening."
But it was.
I tipped my cap, shifted the tractor into gear, and went back to my road.